Hello.
So this is Manuel over here and Karen Gonzalez, and man, this is a great video today. So I want to start with Karen. Karen over here. Karen, you've been on our program for how long so far?
11 months.
11 months. So how much total weight have you lost?
64 pounds.
64.
And there was a time when I was just kind of doing my own thing around the holidays, so that kind of doesn't even count.
Okay, we won't count that.
Yeah.
Well, it counts as though you lost 64 pounds.
Yes.
But you have a history of trying everything and nothing working.
Correct.
Like, give me an example of I tried everything.
I tried Atkins. I tried Jenny Craig. I tried some things that were homegrown, if you will. I tried just reducing portions. I've tried just being aware of not doing the wrong things, and it just hasn't happened.
Okay. So what's different? What's different about this?
This is doable. It tastes good, and the hunger issue isn't a big issue. Every once in a while, especially if I've ingested some unexpected sugars and things like that, I might get a little hungry. But for the most part, this is very satisfying.
So why do you suppose this worked and the other ones didn't?
Again, with the food tasting good,
Okay.
with all of the components and seeing results every single week, or for the most part, on a regular basis, as well as my wonderful coach Kim, and kind of not only holding me accountable, but also she is very inspirational. She helps me troubleshoot if I've stalled out on the weight loss. She helps me look at the food diary and decide, and decipher what is my problem that has kept me at the same weight for a couple of weeks or whatever the case may be.
Right.
And she's so easy to work with. She's such a great cheerleader.
Would you say that it's a real necessary part of the program?
Absolutely.
Yeah, to have that?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah, because I've done diets even with friends where we've all kind of started the same thing, and whereas they would lose weight, I didn't, or I didn't lose very much, and pretty soon the interest waned and
Right.
just couldn't stick with
It's
it.
kind of discouraging, yeah.
Yeah, but seeing Kim on a regular basis keeps me going big time.
Great. And Manuel, you had a similar circumstance where you kind of tried to do your own thing a few months back. What kind of program were you doing?
Well, actually, I have, within the recent past, within the last 2 years, I've gone to 2 different nutritionists.
Ah.
And they made some suggestions that at the time seemed to be pretty reasonable, but it just wasn't working. And I'd have to say that for me, to go through all the blood, sweat, and tears of trying to exercise and watch my portions, et cetera, and see maybe a 1 pound loss or 3 pound loss per month was very discouraging.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas this reminds me of when I was in my 20s, and if I wanted to lose weight, I'd lose weight like a bad habit. Whereas this, it now seems to pretty much duplicate that. And so there's a built-in incentive to stay with the program. Another thing that I really appreciate about the IP format is the understanding that, I can't remember the name of the doctor who composed this, but he said something I thought was very, very true. A quick weight loss diet does not provide immunity against weight gain.
Right.
And so I have really appreciated the overall structure, where they take you through 4 phases, where in the very beginning you lose the weight to get you into an understanding that you are going to benefit and be almost immediately rewarded for your efforts. And then as the weight comes off and you approach your goal weight and you achieve your weight, then they get you back into learning how to eat appropriately. So that, and again, I'm using his terminology, you have a balanced diet. And by balanced, he means that you eat a diet where you don't gain weight and you don't lose weight.
Mhm.
And I thought, on the surface, that may seem to be somewhat simplistic, but it's very sophisticated.
Yeah.
It's a very sophisticated concept.
Yeah.
And if you're a veteran of the diet wars, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
This I thought was a very rational and a very practical approach to dieting. And I have to say, I agree with Karen that the meals themselves are very, very good. In some cases, I was extremely surprised with how good the food is. Like those lemon bars are to die for.
Oh, yeah. I know, you want more than one.
Yeah, and I have to say there was one time where I fell off the wagon, and I had to. But all in all, if you do what you've been told to do, coached to do, it all works out.
Right.
It all works out very, very well.
Now you've been how long on the protocol?
7 weeks.
7 weeks, and you've lost how much?
28.8 pounds.
28 pounds. I mean, it seems like a huge amount, but when you're doing 3-4 pounds at a time, it's really not that much.
No.
But I mean, this is definitely a situation where the total is greater than the sum of the parts on this one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And I have to say another thing that because of what we both do, we are extremely active in many, many ways, and we have to eat out. We have to eat out frequently, but we have been coached in ways that allow us to manipulate the menu so that we can still stay within the program and continue to lose weight. And that's been very surprising to me, because the changes really aren't that difficult to make, but they do require a certain commitment. I mean,
Right.
If you want to lose weight, you will lose weight, but if you don't, you won't.
Right, right. So this fits a very busy lifestyle person
Yeah,
like yourself.
absolutely.
And how much exercise have we made you do?
You actually have made me do none. I have been trying to do exercises, but my schedule many times blows my week apart.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And that's one of the great things, is even if you don't have the time to do it, it still will work for you.
yeah.
And there'll be a time where you start scaling back and you'll be able to do that.
Right.
Great. So let's talk about goals. How much more to go for you, Karen?
Probably just about 5 or 6 more pounds before I launch into phase 2.
Okay,
I think.
great.
Yeah.
And how about for you, Manuel?
No, my goal weight's 160.
160.
So that would put me, what, about 35 pounds.
Fabulous. Congratulations, both of you.
Thank you very much.
That is awesome. Good for you.